Loving you isn't the right thing to do. How can I ever change things that I feel? If I could, baby, I'd give you my world. How can I when you won't take it from me? You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way, go your own way. And tell me why everything turned around. Packing up, shacking up, so you wanna do. If I could, baby, I'd give you my world. Open up, everything's waiting for you. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day, another lonely day. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way. You can call it another lonely day.
Well, it would appear, if I have this correct, that we are indeed alive. Hopefully, I've managed at least to get it right. I kind of made a mistake at the very beginning. I was meant to put it for about 20 minutes from now. So I was going to schedule it, but I didn't. For some reason, I just went straight on and went with it. So you go with the flow, right? What will be will be. So here we are. I've got a couple of bits to mention. Um, where is it? Let me see if I can work this. Surely I've got it. Ah, there we go. Right. I worked it. It worked. I can do something. Hip hip hooray. So yeah, a bit of a late one. We're gonna go maybe half an hour. Um 40 minutes maybe, right? I am here, da in the flesh, in in um in full bot form, as you can see. You don't show your face. You're an AI bot. You're not a human. You're a robot. Yeah, sure. Robocop here in the corner. Yeah, that's me. Robocop, right? Sure. You never know in this strange, to say the least, world that we live in, right? I mean, I was on the last Jacobites the other night covering this climate change stuff, and I was saying that the world's insane. It is. It's the only way I can describe it. It's completely insane. So if you ever thought, hey, I think the world might be mad or I'm going mad, you're not going mad. Trust me, you're not. The world is insane. Well and truly. And we have been, unfortunately, led astray. Right, let me quickly say hello to a dog named Boo. There you go, first in the door. A pleasure to see you. Hopefully, the audio's okay and there's no issues there. But good to see a dog named Boo, right? President Charlotte in the hood. Sometimes, not all the time. Is that Charlotte sometimes or President sometimes? I don't know. Is it Charlotte sometimes and then another name other times? You never know, right? Like I said, in this day and age, nothing seems to surprise or shock me, to be fair. I remember some of you might recall there was an American gentleman who he went to get his juice, right? He went to get the shot. And he took it, he stole it, the wee bottle. What did they call it? A veil? Is that what they call it? I can't even remember now. I think they call it a veil. It's got the juice, right? However many doses. I think 2 in one veil, maybe 3. But the guy took it. Some of you might remember. And I for a while I did kind of think what happened, but I had been following the guy, and I came across him again today. Yeah, it is a veil. Is it a veil? Veil? A vial? Yeah, it is fucking vile. That is for sure. So we'll go with that. But the guy, he took it away. He said, is this my juice?" Basically. And they said, "Yeah." And he took it. He walked out. He's like, "Right, thank you." And he took it. And I was asking him, I was saying, he done a live stream today, earlier on, almost yesterday now. And I asked him, "Did you get it tested?" And he said he got it tested, but by the sounds of it, he kind of got done over. And the guy that he, I guess, put his trust in, it was probably the wrong idea. So he might have maybe jumped in a bit early. And interesting sort of conversation that we had. He might come on. I mean, he might not as well. But it's an interesting story because the guy Stu Peters, do we know of him? Do people follow? Is it Stu or Stu? We'll go with Stu Peters, right? I don't think he's on YouTube. I think he's got his own website. He's maybe on Odyssey. I know he's on Telegram. He does quite a lot when it comes to the juice, right? The wonder drugs. Hip hip hooray, right? Where would we be without these absolutely magnificent creations? Yeah, sure. I'd imagine most people do know of Stu Peters and follow him quite a lot, but the guy mentioned him, and he basically said that he basically stated that the guy Stu Peters is not a guy you want to be trusting, which is quite interesting. I mean, I don't know very much about the guy Peters, to be fair, so I can't really call any judgment either way, and it's not really for me to say. But this guy clearly had a dealing with him. And by the sounds of it, Peter's kind of took it out of his hands, which is quite interesting as well. So if we can get him on, if I can get him on, we could hear what he's got to say about the guy Peters, right? And what happened with the veil. And yeah, it's quite an interesting one. So it's one possibly that we could get into in the future. Let me see Miss Hornet as well in the hood. There you go. Yeah, keeping me right. Underdog named Boo. It's a vial, right? We're gonna go with vial. Charlotte Sometimes is the name of a song by The Cure. All right. I think I actually know that song. Man, don't mind me, right? I've got no brain. Nothing between the ears, as Bill Cooper would say. I've actually on Bill. I've been listening to quite a bit, and I've got a few videos coming up on Bill Cooper. A live stream possibly tomorrow on the original channel, which is going to be covering the Bill Cooper police report that I mentioned before. And wow, I mean, it's quite staggering. Honestly, this shit's it's well, hey, you can make up your mind about what you think about it, because we are going to cover it definitely either tomorrow or Friday. I need to get my days right, but we are going to cover it. But I was just listening there to a Bill Cooper. I'm forgetting the other guy's name. It was Bill and another guy, but I might cover that as well. They got into Manly P. Hall, one of his books, I think, The Secrets of Freemasonry. If my memory serves me correct, I have got it downloaded. I never knew that Bill covered it with this guy. It's the guy who wrote the book New World Order. I might have it available because I want to kind of hear some of it. Am I going to find it? Let me quickly see if I can find it, and then we'll cover some of the climate stuff, and then we'll wrap it up. But I'll be back again tomorrow. I'm hoping on the original channel, but it might not be because I'm unsure when the strike ends. The last strike that I got, I'm sure it went on for longer than a week. So that might be the case again. Of course, I picked up a strike for a Gene Wars video that I done. I mean, it's not the first strike I've had, and it won't be the last, right? So it is going to happen. I'm unsure if we'll end up deleted again, but again, I wouldn't hold my breath on that one either. I wouldn't write anything out. The strike that I got, I'm trying to find this video. The strike that I got the video was 4 months old. So I'd made it fucking nearly 6 months ago. Yet still, they decided a week ago that it was worth getting a strike. Now, the video had went through all kinds of copyright clearance, monetization clearance, the lot. And then all of a sudden, it's we can't have it. So how many other videos have I got where they could say, well, wait a minute, we're going to give you a strike for this video? Probably quite a few. So I never know when a strike's going to come. It could come at any time. They always seem to come at a certain time, which is quite interesting. It's like they have them, they've got it waiting, and yep, right, give it to him now. But I don't know if they're timed or just picked up random by AI. But I mean, like I said, the video is an old video. But if you watch it back, you can kind of see why they've gave it a strike. They clearly don't want it there. I can't find it. This is frustrating because I should be able to. I think this might be it, yeah. I think it was back about there. So what I'll do, Ian in the Hood as well. Yeah. Number 1 North East Murrayshire lad here in the rolling hills of Elgin, right? A beautiful day today until the chemtrailing started. Honestly, I've got it on video as well, but I'll have to kind of put it together. We had 1, whoosh, and then 2, whoosh, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6. And this is practically in the same fucking flight path, leaving the big chemtrail. Clear as day. And it looks so close as well, just expanding. And I kept thinking in my mind, the typical sheep. Oh, it's ice crystal. It's ice. It's water vapor. It's fine. Nothing to worry about. Totally fine, right? Sure. But it kind of made me think, what are they up to? What is in the off now? I know there's been a lot of talk of war. I mean, for about a year. But I think it might have heated up even more. So we're kind of expecting it. I mean, you'd have to be living on another planet to not be expecting that shit's about to fucking heat up big time. So people better start getting prepared. I shit you not. Honestly, it's probably too late, to be fair. I mean, there's not very much we can change, but we need to try and look after ourselves, each other. So when shit hits the fan, you want to try and make that as comfortable as possible, right? If that makes any sense, probably not. But hey, what's going to be will be, right? But we'll keep going. We're going to keep going. That is for sure. So we'll quickly listen to a clip from this, and then we're going to cover some climate change stuff. Some of it's quite funny. At least I thought anyway. But this is quite interesting. Ralph Epperson, that's the guy's name. Some of you might know of him. Like I said, he wrote the book A New World Order, I think, or New World Order. Oh man, my memory. Honestly, there's too much info. But you'll know the book that I'm talking about. We have covered it in the past. It's a great book. So let's get rid of moi for the time being, so I can put it on, and then we'll get a catch up then.
Masonry is. You and I have been taught by the Masons that they're nothing more than a group who meets on Thursday nights or wherever night they meet, and they put clown costumes on and have burn centers, etc.
We're just a fraternal organization existing for the good of your community.
Okay,
and if you believe that, you really are sheeple.
let's read what they say, how powerful they are. Listen to this. This is page 100 of the Lost Keys of Freemasonry. Quote, Masonry is an ordainer of kings. And what's an ordainer of a king? That's the man that puts him on the throne.
That's correct.
Masonry is an ordainer of kings. Its hand has shaped the destinies of worlds. So this is not a little lodge on Thursday night. It's not out there to build burn centers and hospitals for the children. This is an ordainer of kings, and its hand has shaped the destinies of worlds. That's power.
We're just a fraternal organization existing for the good of your community.
Now let's read this one. This is another book by Manly P. Hall that further talks about the power of the Masonic Lodge. This is a book called What the Ancient Wisdom Expects of Its Disciples. I'll repeat it again. What the Ancient Wisdom Expects of Its Disciples, written by Manly P. Hall. This is on page 58. Listen to this quote. The ancient initiates are the invisible powers behind the thrones of earth, and men are but marionettes dancing while the invisible ones pull the strings. We see the dancer, but the mastermind that does the work remains concealed by the cloak of silence. Does that sound like a lodge that meets on Thursday night? Not to me, it doesn't.
Not at all. Now, folks, with bearing that in mind and understanding that Walt Disney was a member of this secret college, this hidden fraternity, go watch Pinocchio again. Go watch Pinocchio again and understand that when he was just the wooden puppet made by his master or father, Geppetto, that he was you. And he received the gift of the morning star, Lucifer. And listen to that song again, When You Wish Upon a Star. And then watch what happens to Pinocchio as he becomes an initiate of the hidden order. And this is what your children are being indoctrinated in. And they go back and look at a whole bunch of the other things that Walt Disney put out that your children are watching, and understand. Read the new biography that's out on Walt Disney, which I haven't read yet, but I've derived all this information from my own research. He was instrumental in the intelligence community. Every time they held a top-level secret scientific meeting where they discussed the exploration of space, representatives of Walt Disney Studios attended, and I can prove that and document it. But go ahead. I just want to show you how insidious these people are. Go ahead, Ralph.
I'd like to, if I may, Bill, reread that quote. I want you to see exactly what they're saying, and also what they think of us, the average American. The person who sits by and believes the Masons are a group of men who meet on Thursday nights. The ancient initiates. Now, the Masons acknowledge, as you know, Bill, and I know as well, they acknowledge their history back to the ancient initiation ceremonies of the ancient pyramids, etc. So the ancient initiates, meaning them as well, current, from them now to current,
Absolutely,
are the invisible powers behind the thrones of earth. So the ancient initiates are behind the government that you and I see on the surface. And men are but marionettes. Who's that? Who are they talking about? They're talking about you and I. We are marionettes dancing while the invisible ones pull the strings.
bah, bah.
He said, we see the dancer, but the mastermind that does the work remains concealed by the cloak of silence.
Now, folks, don't feel bad, because most of my life I was in the same situation that a lot of you find yourself in now, just learning about this and saying, gee, how could I be so dumb? How could I be so blind? How could they be doing this to me and to everyone else? We all have to face that somewhere in our life. We all have to recognize that we've been very stupid, very ignorant, very apathetic, and we have to face that fault within ourselves and make a vow to change that and change it right now and never let it happen again. This is the purpose of this show, is to wake the sheeple, empower the people, give you powerful tools, show you that you have everything within yourself that it takes to turn this around. You don't need Trojan horse leaders. You don't need to look for some knight in shining armor riding up on a white horse to save you. If you're one of those people, then you're doomed, because there aren't any people who are going to come and save you. You have to save yourself. Wake the sheeple, empower the people, and once that's done, then we together can save freedom for the world. And Ralph is one of the great warriors out here on the battlefield, standing with me, fighting this battle that many of you never even knew was going on.
Okay, let's keep going. This is not written by
Boo. So, pretty good, quite a good episode that, in my opinion, worth checking out if you've not heard it before. Some of you might have, to be honest. It's a classic, and yeah, just a group of guys who meet up on a Thursday night. Sure, that's the Freemasons, of course. Yeah, just a group of guys, right? we meet up on a Thursday. Nothing untoward about it. Yeah, we're not satanic in any way. Yeah, sure. We know all about the Freemasons. But when it comes to Bill Cooper and the guy Ralph, I mean, there's not many better, to be honest, in learning about the workings of Freemasonry and the occult mysteries, if you like. I see our brother Frank is in the hood. Good to have Frank the Tank. And a dog named Boo, Ian as well, and Charlotte. Sometimes in the hood, great stuff. Space Hopper Mark, there you go. I love that name. I'm so immature, right? But there you go. Good to see Space Hopper Mark. Who else did I think I missed? Carmel, there you go. My good friend, good to have you back again. And Miss Hornet, where did she go? There you go. So yeah, I appreciate everyone joining. I don't know, we might go about another half an hour, so hopefully I'm not going to keep anyone up too late. I wanted to mention a few bits from this. I done this on the last Jacobites. Let's get rid of me so you can see it. You don't have to see my face, right? Thank God, they said. I mean, Elon Musk buying Twitter. That's gonna end well, that, right? Sure, of course, this is never gonna end well. Without a doubt, this is bad news for everyone, I can assure you. No matter who you are or what you think you are, this is not good news. Anything that this guy touches, it is the agenda in full swing. No two ways about it. And Musk is one of these agenda men who, from time to time, they kind of come across like, that makes sense, or that's probably right. Don't buy it. Don't fall for it. They're not on your side. Fucking no way. Do not fall for that at all. These people, these faces, they do not work for the people. They work for the agenda. I mean, what is Musk not involved in now? He's got Tesla, the fucking smart car agenda, the Starlink space drone, or weather fucking drones, if you like. He's got his boring company, where they're digging more rabbit holes. Pardon the pun. They also make flamethrowers for drug dealers, seemingly. What else has he got? The brain chip, fucking Neuralace, Neuralink, whatever you want to call it. Now he's bought Twitter. I think someone mentioned as well, I'm unsure if it's true or not, but I think someone said he bought the record label, Shady Records or Shady Aftermath. I'm unsure if it's true, but I'd imagine the list would go on. I mean, people have got to wonder, right? Oh, he's just really intelligent. Yeah, he's not from a family of billionaires or anything like that, right? Sure. Let's go with that. But of course, yeah, they're worried about disinformation now on Facebook. I mean, Twitter, on Twitter. Climate disinformation. Climate disinformation. I mean, what even is that? Lies about the weather? Yeah. Of course, they wouldn't want people discussing what's really going on with their geoengineering. So they want Twitter to be monitored straight up, even more so than it is today. Hard to imagine, right? Really. But It's going to head that way. Musk will be the key to changing Twitter dramatically. I'm unsure as to how yet, but it will fucking happen. Look out for it big time. I see Diana's in the hood as well. Good to see Diane back again. And Might. Yeah, we'll go with Might. An illusion. Yeah, I think you might be right, to be fair. I have said it in the past, kind of jokingly, but not as well. I've said, this, when you look into these guys extensively and dig right deep and try and get a grasp of what they actually do, how much they do, put yourself basically in their shoes and try and comprehend it. You can't, you simply cannot. And a lot of the time, almost every time, I found myself thinking, do these people even fucking exist? Because what they seem to do is above and beyond any fucking human being that I've ever came across or know. So a lot of the time I have kind of thought, well, I think especially with Bill Gates and Musk and maybe Bezos as well, I've kind of thought, well, I don't know. And I know it sounds crazy. I really do wonder sometimes if these people, if what they make out these people are is actually what they are or who they are, or if they even exist. That is how deep the deception goes. I mean, I wouldn't rule it out. I couldn't. I don't think anyone could, to be honest. Yeah, a lot of people claim that Musk is a genius, like a gift from heaven. But you watch him on the show like Joe Rogan. He's just an average guy, really, in my opinion. An average guy with a few hobbies and things like sci-fi and fucking space, Mars, if you like. Kind of fitting, considering the guy Von Braun, the Nazi NASA scientist hero, Von Braun, the rocket scientist who knew nothing about maths whatsoever. He wanted to write mathematics out of rocket science. Some guy, Von Braun. Von Braun told us that we would have a colony on Mars by 1990. Oh, man. What else did he say? We would colonize the moon. We would colonize the moon by 1980. Ah, yeah. How did that go? Not so well. Should I tell him or will you, right? Yeah. It didn't pan out. Of course it never panned out. Here are we today. What year are we in now? They still not done it. Von Braun must be turning in his grave. I told them we would be there. They said that we would colonize other galaxies by the year 2000s. I shit you not. I'm not even making that up. I never would. But you would think that I was, right? Really? Colonize other galaxies? Yeah. How come it never panned out? They went to the moon, but they destroyed the technology. Yeah, because that makes total sense, right? Sure it does. And they're good at destroying stuff, aren't they? They destroyed a lot of the film that they used to record said moon landing. Yeah, we deleted it. It's gone. All very fitting, right? Another thing as well, mentioning film, looking over the police report from when Bill Cooper got whacked, it mentions, and it was the only items that got mentioned about being taken out of Bill's house, and it was, I think, a roll of film 8 centimeter film or something like that. I can't remember exactly. But I kind of thought, I wonder what the film was. Had Bill stumbled across a certain film in regards to 9/11, maybe? Or fucking anything, really, let's face it. But it was 9/11 that kind of crossed my mind. So they thought, right, we need to do it now. And they took him out. Like I mentioned before, there's quite a lot of interesting things from the police report. So we're going to cover that either tomorrow or Friday. Well, today now, because we're we're into Thursday now. We just passed the hour mark. So that means crack on, keeping everyone awake. So yeah, don't be fooled, whatever you do, by people like Elon Musk. And this, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but Alex from the Last Jacobites, I was speaking to her on a message about 2 weeks ago. And I said, if Elon Musk buys it for $44 billion, that's 33 billion pounds. So I kind of thought it's going to be that, isn't it? It's going to be 44 billion, and it's going to equate to 33 billion British dollars, pounds even. Get it right, fuck's sake. But yeah, it's all rather fitting, right? It's just a number, sure. Could eating bug powder and fungus meat? What? Fungus meat? Yeah. Fungus meat. Yeah. What's that, you're asking? You don't want to know, right? Seemingly it's meat that's mushroom, basically, but it's made to look like meat and smell like meat. But it's mushroom. So mushy meat. Hopefully you don't get the magic ones, right? Or maybe that's the ones you're wanting. I wouldn't advise it, to be honest. Speaking from experience. Not that I never, in my teenage days, when I dabbled with magic mushrooms, I never ever had a bad experience, but I did know people and see people have fucking really bad experiences on them. So, if you ever consider it, bear in mind that you're potentially you're messing with a substance that could change your life dramatically in a good way, but also there's the other side of the coin. It could be the other way. It could be a bad way. When you, in my opinion at least, and through my experience, when you mess with LSD, you're putting your mind at risk to basically opening doors that might never ever close again. It could be a good door. It could be a fucking bad door. And for me personally, like I said, I never ever had a bad trip, but it kind of drew me closer to nature. For some reason, it really did. I found just even trees themselves to be of outstanding beauty. And I really, a chord struck me. And I kind of felt like I became at one with nature. But I was already a big fan of the outdoors. So maybe that was a big part of it. But I did see other people who, well, put it this way, they fucking regret ever touching it today. I can assure you. So if you're ever considering it, you want to be in the right frame of mind and know a bit about what you're doing and just be aware. Personally, I wouldn't do it. I did, yeah, in my younger days. Stupid me. But I don't know. It's hard to say. You're never going to know if you would be any different. But it's not something that I would advise, to be fair. And I certainly wouldn't advise eating fake meat that's made from some kind of fungus, mushroom, or bug powder. I mean, let's face it, we're probably already eating that shit now. What is this? It says chicken. Fucking doesn't taste like chicken. It says it's chicken. It must be, right? Yeah. Swapping meat and dairy for insect protein and cultured milk. What? Could reduce global warming even. Water and land use by over 80%. And it's from a study. So you know that it's real good stuff, right? It's a study. It must be true. You have to abide by it. The powers that be said so. We done a study. You've now got to eat insect protein, cultured milk. Yuck. I mean, honestly, what, to save the planet from the weather changing? We need to eat bugs? Yeah. Oh, and of course they use their computer modeling. Yeah, of course, right. A bit of computer modeling, a wee bit of study. Voila. Cultured milk for breakfast. Hip hip hooray. What a wonderful world we're not worthy, right? How lucky are we? The chosen ones. Oh man. I'll tell you what they can do with their powdered fucking insects and their cultured milk. In fact, they better not. It's a bit graphic, but there you go. You'll get the idea, right? Do we know what cultured milk is? Well, it says it there, doesn't it? Seemingly, it's milk that has been fermented with lactic acid bacteria. Hip hip hooray. Oh man, yuck, right? I mean, honestly, hey, again, I'm not an expert on food or anything whatsoever. I'm not a big fan of milk or even dairy products, to be honest. I don't think we should be eating them. I'm unsure if people might disagree, and they probably do. I'm hoping that they do. But personally, I don't think we should be eating dairy products or drinking milk. And I've kind of never understood it, to be honest. Oh, it's good for your bones. Yeah, when you're a fucking kid, seemingly. Surely, right? Of course, there's always a cover. Oh, well, it does this or it does that. And the cover for the cultured milk, we ferment it in lactic acid bacteria. That's totally safe, right? And then it's got a longer shelf life. It doesn't run out on Wednesday. It's Thursday instead. Hip hip hooray. It tastes like shit. It probably fucking is not good for your health, but long shelf life. Yeah. I mean, you can see where it's all heading. The world as we knew it, as we once knew it, it's gone. But it's rapidly disintegrating more and more and more and more as the weeks go by. At this stage currently, it's rapid. I shit you not. And honestly, people need to start getting prepared. You need to start considering at least stocking up on as much as you can. I kind of can't stress that enough. Save up as much as you can. Look after yourself, right? You don't want to be drinking cultured milk and eating fucking bug powder. Or maybe you do. Hey, if you do, then by all means, that might be for you, right? But I doubt it. I doubt it very much. But yeah, I can see a lot of you kind of think that the dairy's not a good idea. Yeah, I mean, why are we drinking cow's milk. I mean, did no one even ask that question way back? Why cow's milk though? I mean, if it was human milk, even, which sounds a bit strange, I know, but you kind of think, well, yeah, that would make sense, right? But a completely different animal, if you like, it kind of baffles me a wee bit. It's one that I've always played with in my mind over the past fucking many years when it comes to milk, dairy products, and eating meat, because I like to eat meat, but there's something inside me that says that I shouldn't eat meat. I always kind of think, well, we don't have teeth. Our teeth are not really built for eating meat. When you look at animals that kill and eat meat, they tend to be built for that purpose. When you look at us, we're fucking hopeless. We're useless, right? It's hard to picture a human without an aid of a weapon hunting down and killing an animal that's going to give you meat. Whereas if you think about how we're built and an animal that maybe eats vegetables and fucking leaves and seeds and nuts, then I kind of think, well, that's probably what we're built for, right? I think we've discussed this a wee bit in the past, but my mind thinks that we're kind of vegetarian, but I do enjoy eating meat, so I can't win, right? It's a war between my sort of mind and my what I like, my heart, because I want to eat meat, but I don't know. I've always kind of thought I don't think we're built for eating meat. To be fair, uh, I think they even come out and say that our bodies struggle to digest it when we eat it. I mean, if you eat raw meat, if you're going to eat raw meat constantly, you're probably going to get ill, right? Or would you? You might die. I don't know. As far as I'm aware, they tell you not to eat raw meat. And that again in itself, you kind of think, well, fucking, did they have ovens straight from the off that they fired the meat in? I think they say, well, they might have ate meat that had been cooked from a forest fire, and realised that it was good to cook it, and just got used to cooked meat over time. But I'm unsure if I buy that. Again, there's so much deception with what goes on in terms of our past, but I do like eating meat, so I don't think I'll ever give it up, but I might not have a choice. I'm certainly not eating fucking bug powder. I've started growing my own vegetables now as well. I've got beetroot, carrots, sweet corn, radish. What else have I got? I can't even remember. I think I've got about 7 in total, and I've also got strawberries, which I think I thought I'd fucked them up. I thought, oh no, the one thing I was looking forward to, I fucked it up, but I don't think I have. I've seen wee green sprouts coming through, so I think fingers crossed. But I have actually put them out now. I put them out today. And I don't know. It feels like I'm hoping they're going to be all right. I'm hoping it's that they're not going to, I don't know, die. I mean, this morning we had dew, so it must have been really cold. Maybe even frost. So the last thing I want to wake up to is a frost. But I'm hoping we're over that now. Although you never know, right? You never know. So wish me luck with my vegetable growing. And if you've got any meat, we can exchange, right? That's what you need to do, really. You need to get a community going, a network, a system where you can rely on each other rather than relying on fucking. I mean, you don't want to be relying on big supermarkets and stuff like that, because I can tell you right now, and it's probably not that far away, there will come a time where you will not get to these supermarkets unless you've got your latest therapy, if you like, your latest stamp, right? You simply won't get it. Not only that, it won't be like it is today. There won't be the same choice. Fucking no chance. You can forget it. This will be a distant memory. Stuff's going already. They're limiting the vegetable oil in the supermarket Iceland. I was there the other day. So if you like your vegetable oil, that could disappear very soon. So that could be worth thinking about, right? There was also, yesterday, it's funny because the guy John Waters on the Richie Allen show, he said similar to what I had kind of thought, although a wee bit different, to be fair. But he mentioned how the scamdemic, it was possibly a dry run, if you like, or a conditioning auction for what's to come after, sort of prepping the masses, if you like, because hey, we know what it wasn't about. We certainly do know that. So what really was it about? Because it wasn't about what they fucking said it was about. What was about, even? It certainly wasn't. So, I mean, they always kill more than two birds with one stone, but I think there was a big conditioning auction going on, possibly to bring in the juice as well, right? The mass juicing. They are, fortunately, they're closing down a lot of the abattoirs at the moment. So that is a wee bit of good news, but is the damage already fucking done? But John had said that, and it's funny because I think the day before I was thinking about the toilet roll situation, and everyone thinking, well, fucking that's weird. Why is toilet roll? No one could understand why toilet roll. It was so strange, such a kind of random item. But I thought, well, it didn't really matter what item it was. It just had to be an item that was used by fucking everyone. And that was, in my opinion, another conditioning action, because everyone uses toilet roll. And what did we have? A mass shortage, huge panic, just for that one item. People losing their minds. Toilet roll! I ain't going to be able to wipe my ass quick or run to the supermarket. I think there were shootings, fucking you name it. And that, I think, was a conditioning action, because again, similar to the scamdemic, there was no real reasoning behind it, because what they told us was evidently not the case. I'm still waiting on fucking wave 1 years later. Yeah, I think we're into wave 7 now. Going by the media. I see Diana's in the hood. Good to have Diane back again. A pleasure. Resisting the lies. Our Scottish brother back again. Good to see you in the hood. Did I miss anyone else there? I'm checking, right? I don't think I did. Usually I do. So I apologize if I did. But yeah, hip hip hooray. If you thought, what's that milk called again that lasts long? It lasts for fucking ever. Is it UHT milk? Oh man, it always reminds me of Father Ted. A scene in Father Ted where he's like, "Oh, there's no demand for UHT. Is it UHT? Yeah, UHT milk because it's shite." Yeah, it's fucking bouffing. Honestly, have you ever tried it? I tried it when I worked offshore. It was fucking rank. Don't get me wrong, it's okay for a cup of tea, a wee bit of milk and a cup of tea. Not for Weetabix or cereal. Don't do it. Here, I'll tell you something else as well. About an incident with cereal, Weetabix especially. Oh man, I'm so ashamed, embarrassed. There was one night I went into the canteen. I was up late. I think I was on watch on a vessel. And I was quite hungry. So I thought, fuck it, I'm going to have a bowl of Weetabix, right? So I went in and I was unsure of the galley, the kitchen. But I thought, yeah, hey, it's a galley, right? I know what stuff is. I know what Weetabix is. I know what UHT milk is. So I got set up. I got the Weetabix. I made it, basically poured in the milk, went to get the sugar because you've got to have sugar, right? You can't just have Weetabix on its own with milk. You've got to put a bit of sugar in it. So me being me, I like quite a lot of sugar, sweet tooth. I'm Scottish. Don't shoot me. So I put in, I think about 2 big spoonfuls of sugar, or at least what I thought was sugar. It wasn't sugar. I can assure you, it was not sugar. It was fucking salt. Yeah. So the first mouthful, I can still taste it. I swear I can still taste it even now. The first mouthful with UHT milk, Weetabix, and salt. Oh my god, man! Honestly. Oh, that was. I'll never live that down. Honestly, it was so grim, and I went over the top with what I thought was sugar. Oh man, honest to God, I did mention it to the cook, but I said, hey, you should label it. You should have labels on it. I thought it was sugar, but there you go. But really, I shouldn't have been in there attending to myself. But I thought, fuck it, right? I was hungry, but lesson learned, right? Taste it. If you're unsure, taste it and then go ahead. Honestly, I swear I can taste it. As soon as I think about it, I can taste it. And I don't even use salt on my food. So you can imagine, I can taste salt in food when people are putting salt on it. I'm like, fucking hell, I can already taste the salt in it. So for me to then do that was, put it this way, it just about blew my brain off. Oh man. So yeah, I thought I'd share that with you, right? That might give you a laugh at least. Where did we get to? So yeah, the fungus-based fucking agenda, the mushroom meat, it's like everything else. It's all folding into place now. Yeah, well, it's quite fitting because we've got the mushroom meat here. We can use that. That'll help save the planet. Fucking mushroom meat saving the planet. There's a superhero you never thought of, right? Mushroom meathead saving the planet, combating the weather. Yeah, let's go with that. It's been waiting in the wings. Here it comes now. It's its time to shine. Hip hip hooray, right? Did anyone celebrate Earth Day? Yeah, I doubt it. I don't think anyone celebrated it like the guy we're about to touch on next. But I want to mention this. This came out from the British government, from their website. The go-to, right? For all you need to know. So Earth Day, I think it was on the 20th of April. I'm unsure. Fucking who cares, right? Fucking Earth Day. The cheek of these people to talk about Earth Day. Oh, man. But here you've got the UK government in the fucking Bahamas telling the Bahamas how to combat climate change because the UK and the Bahamas have got the exact same fucking weather. Sure. Sure they have, right? Of course it's the agenda. It doesn't matter. They're fucking completely different ends of the world. But yet, no, we live under the same rule. You must do this to combat the rain. It's not anything to do with geoengineering or the spraying, sure, which went on big time today. So the UK government in the Bahamas, I thought that was quite funny, but this cracked me up big time. And it shows you how immature I am, right? But the ambassador, her second name is Clowder. Oh, man. I mean, fucking hell. Honestly, who writes this? Clowder. I had to look at it twice. I thought that can't be her name, right? Surely not. I've got to be dreaming. That would be my question if I was at a press conference with the commissioner or this ambassador. Is your second name definitely Clowder? You're not making that up, right? All rather fitting, is it? I mean, that cracked me up. I'm unsure. Hey, I am immature, but I mean, come on. It reminded me of there was a police officer on the BBC, and his name was Rob Banks, R-O-B Banks. I mean, come on, Rob Banks, right? Sure. Oh, man, it's comical. I guess people would call it a coincidence. Seemingly, this guy here set himself on fire to combat climate change. But really, all he done was increase his carbon footprint by the look. I shouldn't laugh. I really shouldn't, because the guy clearly, I mean, if you're at that sort of point, you clearly needed fucking help. The guy, he must have not been right. But he basically set himself on fire at the Supreme Court at the plaza. And because of the burns that he suffered, he died. I mean, what else did he fucking expect? But I mean, it's insane, right? I mean, is this where we are? Is this where we've advanced to? A 50-year-old man setting himself on fire because of the weather or what's happening with the weather. I mean, it's insane. Last week or the week before, I shouldn't laugh. I really shouldn't, but fucking hell. We had people gluing themselves to the road. I mean, fucking honestly, it's insane, right? Gluing themselves to the road. Here, pass me that Pritt stick. Fucking super glue. I mean, wow, what a world we're in. It is mental. And that was the Extinction Rebellion crew. I'd imagine this guy, I'd imagine that he was Extinction Rebellion as well. He's certainly extinct now. That is for sure. We had this absolute clown, Valance, saying, we shouldn't frighten people about climate change. Yeah, well, it's a bit fucking late for that. Because we mentioned before, climate anxiety. Well, they're also calling it eco-anxiety. Yeah, not only that, seemingly the children are more worried about climate change than crime, racial inequality, Brexit as well. Of all things, surely not, right? And this came as a big shock, or quote, quite a shock. Yeah. How has it came as a shock? Have they where have they had their fucking head? Because for the past 2 year, at least, maybe even 3, longer, they have pushed this agenda big time. And we've covered it quite a lot. It began in the late 80s. They went for it big time in the fucking 90s, to an extent where I seen it pretty much happen before my eyes in school, where they stopped everything and gave us the climate ozone agenda. Here, work on this. Here, figure this one out if you can. Don't hold your breath. They gave us the ozone agenda and we had to work on that. And now here we are today. And children are worried about it. And I think this is again a study, a poll. They done a survey, I think, of 1,000 parents, right? There's a quote here. My oldest daughter recently said to me, as my phone goes off, where did I get to? Yes, said to me, through climate change, is the world going to end in my lifetime? Now, some of you might recall, my son Billy actually said a similar thing to me. And I've got a funny feeling that it was because of the school. I think they've been painting a picture in kids' minds, children's minds, that the world's going to end. Not a million years from now. Not in 10,000 years from now, but fucking soon. Unless there's a solution. So the panic's beginning to set in. They're driving the fear. So these kids grow up and beg, basically, for a solution to fix the planet, to heal it, put it back to where it once was. And of course, who's going to offer up the solution? The same people that fucking created the problem. Of course, right? And it will likely be geoengineering via aerosol injection. Is that not a conspiracy? Yeah, sure. Sure it is. Of course, that's already been happening. But the question really is, what have they been spraying? I think part of it is I think part of it's geoengineering, blocking out the sun. But I think another part is dousing the masses with chemicals I dread to even fucking think of. Put it that way. Going by the history, going by how they work, even in their own fucking words. We cannot trust them, not one bit. And now, it's not enough scaring children with the COVID narrative. They're fucking pushing the climate crisis agenda big time. By the sounds of it, to such an extent that they're not even concerned about crime anymore. Oh, but the rain, the flooding. I'm unsure if I buy this because I can never trust or believe anything. But hey, like I said, my own son came home to me and said pretty much the exact same fucking thing and talked about the world ending. And I basically said to him, look, that's not for you to worry about. Don't worry about that. Forget about the fucking weather. Forget about the climate. Forget about the world ending. A young kid should not be thinking along that lines. Hey, I could be wrong, but in my opinion, that is not what a kid should be thinking about. Not at a young age. Scared. Scared to what exactly? Scared to live their fucking life. thinking that we, us humans, by the way we live, by the way we act, is itself killing the planet. I don't buy it, but here we are. There is good news. Hip hip hooray! Get the sun cream. In fact, forget the sun cream. Get the deck chair. Get the sun hat. Get the armbands, because climate change is finally giving us some good news. I'm saying that jokingly, of course, right? But going by physics.org, climate change quickly warming Scottish lochs. Hip hip hooray. And it's a study. So you know that it's true, right? It must be true. It's a study. And it's in physics.org. So you know it's good stuff. But like I mentioned on the Jacobites, hey, don't hold your breath with this one, because these lochs, I'm telling you now, these lochs are so cold. It would take a horrendous amount of heat to heat it up to any extent whatsoever. If you went in one of these lochs for longer than you should, you're not going to come back out. I shit you not. You'll fucking freeze to death. But hey, maybe Scotland's going to be a bit like the Caribbean. So you might want to move to Scotland if we don't get fucking obliterated by an atomic bomb. Wiped out. Gone. Finished. Finito. Has anyone heard of the theory about atomic bombs? You can only let them off on a certain time or a certain day due to the sun and I think magnetic field. Frank might know about that one. Quite an interesting one. We might get into it in the future. God granted, right? Seemingly it's all kicking off on the war front, the World War III. We're already in World War III. Let's be honest. No matter what they say in the media, the real war is on us. And if they do claim that World War III is now kicked off big time, who's going to suffer? Each and every one of fucking us. It won't be Putin that suffers. It won't be Boris. It'll be me and fucking you, the average Joe, who's not got a fucking fight in any of the matter. But support Ukraine! Wave your Ukrainian flag! Support the war? What, that's going to end up putting half of the fucking UK, if not the whole of the UK, on a fucking ration? All hail the war. All hail Zelensky. Talk about digging your own fucking grave, right? The doting human. The doting sheeple. Yeah, we're going to support Ukraine. Yeah, and drag us into what? An orchestrated third world war where we all suffer? Yay! We are not worthy, right? I mean, fucking hell, how stupid are these sheeple? Honestly. And I hate saying that, but I mean, we heard a bit from Bill Cooper there talking about wakening the sheeple, getting them to realize what's going on. But is that really the answer? Probably not, because here we are in 2022, and it's not worked. Because not only Bill Cooper, many other people have tried to waken the masses, if you like. It's not fucking worked. We're in even a worse situation than, say, the 1980s or the 1990s. Fucking hell, give me that over this any day. But here we are. In my opinion, it's worse. I could be wrong. I only know the life that I've had, so I can't compare. But judging history and by what I've seen in my own experience, I think it's only got worse, right? So with that in mind, is trying to awaken people, is that really the answer? Because hey, there's more than one way to skin a cat, right? It could be time to go back to the drawing board and try again. Because it's not working. It's clearly not worked, right? Whatever Bill Cooper and anyone else tried to do, yeah, they wakened up a lot of people, but to what end? Here we are in 2022, and the fucking New World Order is well and truly in full swing, big time. So we've kind of got to think again. That is, if we actually want to do anything about it. So, if you're in Scotland, you want to get your fucking sun cream out, get your armbands, get up to Loch Ness, right? Go for a swim. But be warned. I mean, a lot of people, unfortunately, there has been a lot of people lost many lives, many family members in these dangerous, treacherous lochs in Scotland. They can be. Hey, the one the Loch Ness itself is so majestic. Honestly, it's fucking breathtaking. You can feel the power of it, and you should not underestimate that. And you do at your peril, basically. You've got to be very careful if you go into any of these places. If you're on your own, fucking don't do it. Don't go swimming in these places if you're on your own. Don't do that. Make sure you're with people. Definitely. I think that we might call it a night. It's cracking on. I'm going to have to wrap it up. Before I get divorced, my wife's going to kill me. I said it wouldn't be too late, but there you go. I guess that's life, but not as we know it, right? I'm going to be back again later on today. It's going to be the Bill Cooper police report. Yeah, to be honest, I don't think you're going to want to miss it, right? So keep an eye out for it. It should be on my original channel. So time will tell. I should be out of YouTube prison tomorrow or Friday, maybe. So yeah, time will tell if I'm back inside. I guess I will be. Like I said, it's not the first. It won't be the last. No doubt about it. So, thank you, Ian, our brother Ian in the hood, from down the road. Right, good to see you, Frank, as well. Always a pleasure to see Frank, the information tank. Lots of good emails from Frank today. Thank you, and Diane as well. Good to see you, and good to see some laughing faces, even if it's at my expense, right? But it's at your expense. It's okay. I'm all good. If you can laugh, no matter what, it is that. I'm happy with that, to be fair. Resisting the lies as well. A pleasure to see you. A great stream with Scott's Armour the other night. Ian as well. Who else did I see there? Might. Good to see you back again. Who else did I miss? A dog named Boo, who's ran away, disappeared. There we go. Good to see you back again. And if I missed you, quickly put a comment and I'll see it, because I can't go back. I can't multitask. I'm hopeless. I'm useless, right? But there you go. It's always a pleasure. I can't believe that's an hour and a half. It went phew, quick, just like that. Do we know who said just like that? Just like that. Do we know the famous comedian who said that? I bet everyone does. Space Hopper Mark, there you go. Great name. And Miss Hornet as well. Where did you go? There you go. Yeah, a pleasure to see you. Hopefully, you can join me again tomorrow, right? Tommy Cooper. Yeah, exactly. A great comedian, Tommy Cooper, right? One of a kind. My late father, a big fan of Tommy Cooper. Some classic comedy from Tommy Cooper, without a doubt. Yeah, Frank knows the score as well. Carmel as well, a regular. A pleasure to see you. And look out tomorrow. Honestly, you don't want to miss it, right? So, once again, thank you for joining tonight. Have I got a tune for going out? Let me see. I Spy. With my... Oh, what have I done? I went too far. There you go. The story of my life. Oh, I've done it again. I keep messing it up. I'm going to blame the keypad, right? We'll go with that. I think I've got something here. Aye, we'll go with Nirvana. That'll do, right? So yeah, good to see everyone as well. I feel like I've been away for quite a while, but I don't think I have. Maybe a few days, but I do enjoy engaging. It's always a pleasure. You've missed it, Gina. Unfortunately, you'll have to catch up. But I'll be live again tomorrow. Well, today. So look out for it, right? I'm unsure what time, so there's no point in me saying. So you're just gonna have to look out. I will try and put I'll try and put it up beforehand. I'll schedule it so you can set a reminder, and it's gonna be on the, like I said, the Bill Cooper fucking police report. So until then, take care, look after yourself, and remember, like I always say, do not live in fear. And whatever you do, do not comply. And that is about it. Bye-bye.
Come as you are, as you were, as I want you to be, as a friend, as I know me. Take your time, hurry up, choice is yours, don't be late. Take a rest, as a friend, as I know memory. Come, dust and mud, soaked in bleach, as I want you to be, as a trend, as a friend, as I know when I swear that I don't have a gun. No, I don't have a gun. No, I don't have a gun.
Okay, cut.
When I swear that I don't have a
Neil
gun.
Armstrong. Hey, wait a minute.
No,
You're supposed to be on the moon. I just saw it on TV.
Oh, there's a
don't
tape delay
have a gun.
solar winds.
No, I don't have a gun. No, I don't have a gun.